Hi, I'm James, the Exec Function Coach, and I'm here to share with you 5 ways that you can support the teacher in making sure that your child's homework gets done. Now, some of you may have gotten an email from your teacher, a very vague email that clearly states your child is not getting homework done. What are you going to do about it? A lot of times, parents don't know what to do when they get that email. They don't realize that oftentimes the teacher's sending it in a moment of frustration and they might not even know what they want you to do. So oftentimes parents find something that they can do, and it's not always the most helpful or productive way to make sure that the homework gets done. So what I'd like to do today is share with you 5 things that you can do when you get that email to help make sure that the homework gets done, but also to make sure that your child is building the skills that they really need so that they can be independent in the future. And the next year, the teacher won't email you to ask for your help to get the homework done. So the first thing that you can do to help your child get their homework done is set up a homework routine. You want to set aside 5 to 10 minutes, ideally at the same time every night, to check in with your child before they start their homework and when they finish their homework. Before they start their homework, you want to ask them, hey, what's the plan? What have you got to get done? And what are you going to need from me to help you get that homework done? This sets up the child to do the strategic planning and thinking that they might not really take towards homework all by themselves. Oftentimes kids just kind of think of homework as this one nebulous, really unpleasant thing that they're going to put off thinking about until the last possible moment. So engaging in regular conversations is going to help them to think about homework strategically in a consistent manner. And that's going to be a skill that's going to help them throughout their academic careers. So before the homework gets started, ask them what's the plan, what are you going to do? But then when the homework is done, ask them, okay, how was that plan? How did it work? What went wrong? What took longer than you expected? What are some lessons that we can learn today? Verify that everything is back where it needs to belong, like inside the binder, ready to turn in. And then there you go. You've just helped your child to think about homework by providing them the framework and the structure and the questions that really they should be learning how to ask themselves. The second thing that you can do is check your child's planner. The long and the short of it is you're not going to be able to help make sure the homework gets done if you have no idea what that homework is. A lot of times teachers don't realize that parents aren't in the classroom too. So if you don't know what the homework is, how are you going to help make sure that your kid gets the homework done? Oftentimes you can work with the teacher to come up with a system to make sure that you know what the homework assignment is. That can look like having the teacher sign off in the planner every single day and you sign off at night every single night. And then you can have that back and forth communication that way. You could get access to your child's classroom websites so that you could pull up the homework. Ideally, whatever system you come up with, the child is still responsible for. If your child is old enough to have some good ideas about ways that they can make sure that they are accurately communicating what their homework is for every single class, every single day, engage your child in that conversation. This will likely be a long-term project to get it 100%, but it's definitely really helpful, something that's good to work on because it's a skill that your child is going to need throughout their academic career. The third thing that you can do is engage your child in conversations about learning. Now, I'm not talking about those superficial conversations that every parent has had with their kid. You know, those ones, the ones that go, hey, how was school today? Meh, it was all right. Did you do anything fun? No. Good talk, son. There can be a lot more that you can do if you are willing to ask questions about the learning. And when you're looking at the planner, express some interest in the things that your child is learning. So for example, if you notice, oh, that worksheet, that's all about this. That's really cool. Tell me more. What are you learning about in class? How does that connect to this worksheet? How is doing this homework going to better prepare you for the learning in class? Helping to connect those ideas that the homework is a way to do better learning, that's going to be really helpful, because for a lot of kids, homework is busy work. Homework is something that they have to do and they see no value in, but they would get yelled at if they didn't do it. That's not a great approach for a kid to want to engage in this kind of work. So it can be helpful if you're showing an investment in the homework, not as something that you have to do or else I'm going to punish you, but as something that can be valuable. And if you're showing that you care about the homework for learning's sake, your child is much more likely to care about doing the homework for learning's sake. So that really helps with making sure that your child has a better attitude about the homework. The fourth thing that you can do is to be there for your child. A lot of times when parents are deputized by the teacher to be the homework police, they're going to put on that police hat and they're really going to give their kid a hard time until that homework gets done. That's not your job. That's not your role. The teacher may be expecting you to do that, but don't fall into that trap. The fact of the matter is that if you're trying to be the homework police, you're going to wear on your relationship with your child. And it's not worth it. Homework is school, and you're a parent. It's not your job to make sure that the schoolwork gets done. That being said, if you can be helpful and you can be supportive, absolutely, why wouldn't you, right? So have conversations with your child. Let them know, yes, I understand this is challenging, but on the other hand, don't gang up on the teacher. Don't let it become an us versus them. Like, hey, I wouldn't make you do homework, but your teacher's making you do homework, and we both got to make sure that you get the homework done, so let's just get it done. That's not helpful. There are some times when you might need to be an advocate for your kid. You might need to communicate to the teacher, especially if your child has ADHD or specific learning disabilities like dyslexia, or dysgraphia, or dyscalculia. You might need to communicate to the teacher, hey, this homework, it was really challenging for my child for this, that, and this reason. Is there any way that we can make more future homeworks less challenging? Find a balance in providing emotional support for your child and the structure that they're going to need to get the homework done. The fifth thing that you can do, and it's probably one of the most important, is celebrate the little victories. A lot of times kids expect, I'm just going to try harder and the homework's going to get done. And we all know it's not going to work that way. We all know that there are going to be days when you're making strides, and there are going to be days when it's just not getting done. Your kid may not be able to look at the whole homework picture and find 3 or 4 things that they are doing really well. So if you can highlight to them, here's some things that you're doing really well, and here's some things that you need to improve on, and then engaging in problem solving for the areas they need to improve on, that will help your child to have a more positive approach to the task of getting the homework done. It can be really discouraging if we're not seeing the kind of success that we're expecting, and kids are especially bad at figuring out exactly how much success they should be having. So make sure that you have conversations with them on a regular basis, looking at, here's what we're working on, here's the improvements that you've made this week, here's some areas that we could get better on, what can we do to take the lessons from what we've done really well and apply that to the things that we still need to get better at. That kind of conversation can be really helpful in helping your child have a growth mindset about getting the homework done, rather than just kind of expecting the worst every single day for homework. So that was 5 things that you can do to be a support to your child's teacher, especially when you get that email asking for your help in making sure that your child's homework gets done. I hope there were some things that were helpful for you here. If there's anything else that you found to be really helpful, please add it in the comments below. If there's anything that you want to learn more about, go ahead and put that in the comments below and I'll make a video just for you. All right. Well, thanks for being with me, and I look forward to seeing you next week.